I'm just going to talk and see where this goes. I'm going to go over a bit in the hotel where I stayed in Clacton. Because to me, this is where it was really obvious that stuff was going on. It had been going on an awful lot longer, but I wasn't aware of it. I didn't have obvious marks like I do today with all the bruises and burns where I'm attacked even to this day. They come sneaking in and when I'm asleep. It just, never ending story. But yeah, at this hotel. Because the main person here really isn't, well, the main person probably is my mum or my ex. But the worst person is the person my ex was having a fling with in the hotel. And she was with somebody else. Quite widely known as a prostitute. And some really awful things that I picked up on. I kind of told myself it wasn't true, but anyway, I'll just go on. I walked into the hotel one day with my ex, and they was kind of walking in beside us at the same time. And his name was Arnie, and he was saying, yeah, we're going on holiday next week. We're going on holiday and we're bringing her daughter. And then he starts laughing. 2 for the price of 1 can't be bad. And I kind of dismissed it because, I mean, really, I think someone said she was 14. And it's her mum. And I kind of just looked shocked. And I turned around to my ex, Dave, and he's laughing. And I thought, is there a joke there that I'm missing? Because it really wasn't funny. Do you know, it just wasn't. Just wasn't funny. Anyway, I think from that point, because this all kind of happened within a few short weeks, 2 people at the hotel died. I don't know who the second one was, but the way it's been going, it's usually just after I've spoken to them. Well, these 2 girls died. One was Gina. And she was friends with these people. I don't understand. I don't understand even if she wasn't. I don't understand any of it. And I don't know how they died. But then my ex attacked me. Strangled, well, beat me stupid and strangled me, left me with brain damage. several sub-centimetres of brain damage. I literally was saved by the hand of God, you know. I hit him with something that wasn't there, with a strength I didn't have. And I was right on the brink of, I'd say taking my last breath, but my last breath I'd taken quite some time before that. I was just absolutely, I didn't have the strength to hold my arms up. It was literally as my arms collapsed, it fell on something with a handle. And, you know, previous to that, I was searching for something, so I know it wasn't there. But there was a lot of weird things that was going on, even prior to this. It's obvious whoever he was messing about with was into hacking, and you know, I see all these hidden pages on his phone. You know, literally, he'd pass me the phone for something, and things would just disappear in front of my face. I mean, it was just crazy. On my own phone, all my media files just started going missing. My photos. I checked in my Google app, and there was 2 or 3 phones that didn't belong to us on it. You know, there was lots of things that was going on, and I think my head was just wanting to know why. I mean, that's what kept me held in there for such a long time, was I needed to know why. I mean, if you want someone, go with them. Finish it with who you're with. You know, there's no need to hang on so desperately to someone if you want someone else. And I needed to know why. I knew there was a reason, obviously. I mean, I know what it is now, but yeah, then it was... And I actually avoid speaking about these things, because it takes me right back there with a sicky feeling, where there's always something going on, and there's always someone talking, and yeah, it's just horrid. Just horrid. I think it was just a little bit before he attacked me. She had this big row with Arnie. And he disappeared. Never saw him again. And I don't know what happened to him. But it wasn't right, because, you know, he was the one who lived in the hotel, not her. Yet she slid straight into his room, like it was hers all along, and it wasn't. It wasn't. She had her own place. Anyway, after he attacked me, I left, obviously. But he was following me. Yeah, and there was something really suspicious about the back garden of that hotel, because he started doing work in it. And there was lots of people that I could hear talking in the garden, and a lot of work going on, but I wasn't actually allowed in the garden. Not that I wanted to, but you know, when you've been kept out of something, there was something very dodgy going on anyway. You know, if I was investigating it, I would definitely get a warrant for the back there. Anyway, I think it was about 3 months I managed to stay away. And in that time, looking at my Google app, I could see they was following me all around London. And after someone's tried to kill you, the last thing you want is to think that they're there behind you everywhere you go, watching everywhere you go. When I'm in my flat, I can see on the map that they're in the car park. Actually, it's my phone that's in the car park. This is the funny thing. When I left my jewellery, I left my phone, I left bits and pieces, as you do when you're in a hurry. And the police wouldn't help me. They said I have to just take it as a loss. And I said, but that's access to my bank accounts. And they wouldn't do anything to help at all. So with him following me and seeing my phone here, there and everywhere I went, yeah, I had to help myself. And that, you know, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. I thought, because he's asking me back, I went back. And I wasn't really prepared to start having feelings. You know, I was so detached and removed from that with everything that was happening. And at first I was angry and I was shouting at him a lot. And there was really something very missing. He was totally devoid of blame or shame. A big sign there was something very, very wrong. Yeah, his friend circle kind of increased a lot. And I was always the butt of everybody's jokes. Which didn't bother me at all, really. And simple minds. But I didn't realise that, you know, his extended friends group was some kind of polyamorous thing. I don't know. Nothing to do with me now. I really don't care. But yeah, I continue to be hacked. My things always being stolen. I was ill all the time. I knew he was planning on killing me. He left his piece of ground out in the back garden, totally uncovered, and I knew he was waiting for something to cement it in. I didn't actually feel like I was in that much danger. But I was kind of in more danger than I even, you know, there are worse things than, you know, you can lose other than your life. And yeah, I didn't know they were manipulating and threatening my son. I didn't know I was being filmed everywhere I went. Actually in the home. I didn't know that I was being drugged at night. I didn't know that they'd been putting these things in my skin to monitor everything I do on the internet. I did wonder how they'd done it. You know, I'd go out and buy a brand new phone and they was in it before I'd even put my name in. I even got a phone once and my email I put in my brother's name. And when I looked at the back of the phone, it said it was Angie's phone. I was like, how did the phone know that? I didn't tell him my name was Angie. I didn't write Angela on anything in that phone. It's like, you know, and I knew it was her, and I knew he was helping her. They'd set up my computers on a cross-platform. You know, when I actually investigated into my laptop, I found I was linked to about 5. I had hundreds of hacking apps, hundreds, thousands. I actually was filming how much was there, because it weren't like I could take a screenshot. There was too many screens of it. And I was literally filming it for over an hour. That is how much was there. Snatchers, grabbers, Cain and Abel, just every single hacking app that you can possibly imagine, and more. And I went to the police for these things. When my Fire Stick was hacked, you know, just the whole thing was just so sick and so crazy. You know, I'm being poisoned during the day, drugged at night, and then attacked by this polyamorous, sick, psycho group that was paid by my mum to keep me confined. But because the most influential person out of the group happened to be his side piece, Ben's side piece, I was being attacked in the most vile, disgusting, humiliating ways that anybody could possibly imagine. And at first was done without my knowledge, without me knowing exactly what it is. You know, and I'm being drugged all the time, giving me stuff to make me ill. I mean, I knew whatever it was, they needed me out of the house at least once a month. Whether I was taken on holiday or shopping, but I wasn't allowed to go back home. Crazy, crazy stuff that was making it very obvious that something was going on. And something I found out when I was being hacked, because of this monitoring thing, like a magic Bluetooth, it acts as it signs into absolutely any device that I'm near. So they always know where I am. They always know what I'm doing. They're always watching me. They're always listening. But there was something else, because I was so linked in, that I could actually see the messages that had been text messages, emails, things like that, they would just come through on my database. So when I finally left them, I realised when I got back to London, I didn't need to go back there to find out what was going on. He didn't need rescuing, whereas I felt like he did need rescuing. I knew he was getting himself into a lot of stuff that he wasn't going to be able to cope with. But you know what? I'd passed that point of trying to... You can't save someone from themselves, and that's just a fact. But that's when I found out that he'd been poisoning me, some sort of cleaning fluid, or that they'd been filming me continuously. Although I did contact the police and I told them that I thought that, but they wouldn't do anything. But then they never done anything about the people that were killed in that hotel. And even when I was attacked, the police actually said to me that the videos weren't working in the hotel, so they couldn't check anything. And the videos were working perfectly. I know because I was there. I mean, you could see all the screens. You know, you sit in the bar at the hotel and you can see the screens just behind the bar. It's very obvious. It's not something you would miss. It's not something that they watch in the office and no one else can see. So the police were actually lying to me. They wouldn't do anything to investigate what happened, either with the hacking or with the attempted murder, which is what it was. But looking in on my phone, I started to see conversations where they was actually planning my murder. Where they was, we've got an alibi, someone for an alibi. Wait till she's in bed, then do it. Then something about, I mean, some years ago now that I was reading it. Then I'll come in, we'll clean her up, so they obviously meant to make a mess, and get her dressed again. And see, this was another thing that the police said, was that some lady who was directly below me in the hotel, overlooking the car park, said that I wasn't attacked, that I actually attacked him. Well, that's his girlfriend who was planning it with him. I mean, this is the joke, you know? And it's not like the police didn't know. The police knew everything that was going on there. Knew everything that was going on there and did nothing. But then there were certain other things while I'm looking at my phone, and I could tell when Dave was speaking, so it must have been like they had a text talk. Or, you know, that talk thing where you just talk and it texts for you. So, you know, I saw him saying things like, oh, and you're so young. I mean, that gave me chills. And then when she realised that I could actually see what they were saying, I mean, there was lots and lots of things. But, she actually said to me, oh, I'm yeah, Dave's in bed with my daughter and I'm in bed with my son. I mean, it was very much like a real psycho. I've never known anybody be able to talk like this girl 24/7. 24/7. All about what she's doing, what she's gonna do with me, what she wants to do with me. What sick things she's doing with all her friends. And the group gatherings that they have. And it's like nobody's actually listening to me. No one's listening to me. Nobody wants to hear anything. Nobody wants to hear that I've got these sick people trying to kill me, following me everywhere, filming me everywhere I go. I mean, I didn't know they were still filming me there. But she told me that they had made a video of me. And they needed to blackmail me because they needed my signature for things. And this was the first time I knew that whatever it was belonged to me and it was worth a lot of money. And she even said to me that it was urgent that I sign this thing because she needs the money. If she don't get the money, then she has to hand her daughter over to somebody. So obviously they're into child trafficking. She's sleeping with her own daughter and pimping her out. And nobody wants to know about it. Not only did they have this revenge porn, but they was actually making a series of me and putting it out on the internet. I don't know where, but it has been mentioned, or she did, OnlyFans, the dark web. I think they said 200 grand a month they was getting for doing this to me illegally. And the police didn't want to know anything about it. I'm going to keep these short, and I'm just going to take a space, because, 5.5 years now, there's a lot happened. And these are very, very sick people, very dangerous people. I mean, I even said to her, because she can hear everything I say, and she'd answer. I didn't ask very much. I really didn't want to know. But, I said to her, why'd you kill them girls in the hotel? And straight off the cuff. They were getting on my nerves. I mean, it was because I spoke to them, but then that might be why they were getting on her nerves. I don't know, but she doesn't think twice. She's only a little thing. But yeah, dangerous. Because very easy underestimated. And, yeah, it just takes dropping something in your drink. Many, many people she's done it to. And the police are doing absolutely nothing. Nothing. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. And I'm going to do these much sooner. And I am going to get these out. And I've got a lot to say. And too many excuses why not to do it. And far too many reasons why I have to. So a bit conflicted. But yeah. Till next time.